Hey, everybody. Jacob here with the Zero Hour Podcast, and I would like to welcome you to the 12th episode, last of kind of the year. So I figure we kind of end it strong. We'd talk about, we'd recap essentially what's happened over the last 12 months that has really allowed us Ground Zero to grow, to be present in the industry, and to really kind of just sit there and talk about what we love doing and how that's going to relate to, let's call it, the next 12. So when we come back, I'm gonna be joined by Nick Wingate. I don't know if you guys still love seeing his face as much as I do, wearing a Ground Zero shirt, but it's one of those things that I've known him for a long time. I've worked with him for a long time, and he's kind of the perfect person to bring into this conversation. One, he's been in a lot of these. Two, he's been in this industry a long time, and three, he's here having fun again, and that's what this is all about. So when we come back, when I come back, when we are here, we're going to talk to him. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to talk about the last year, so to speak. We'll see in a minute. I always love starting these things watching you smile for some unknown reason. Nick, welcome back to the podcast.
Appreciate it, sir.
Here's the thing, right? Past 12 months, we've had a lot of fun. I have drug you into this podcast kicking and screaming the same way that I was drug into this podcast kicking and screaming. Last 12 months, but let's start with most recent. We've talked about reference. We've talked about the reference speaker. We've talked about how much we love them. You have talked to me about how much it has made you hate me that I have forced you to listen to these speakers every day in your car.
Pretty much.
They just won the EISA Award for Best In-Car Speaker.
No, really?
Right?
Imagine that.
Real quick, talk to me about what that means. And we've covered EISA, but why is it special for this?
Well, it's really and truly, it's the only organization out there that validates product. I mean, when we're talking about validating, quote unquote, what I'm getting around to is we don't have magazines in the United States anymore. We used to have auto sound and security, car stereo, electronic. I could go on. We don't have that anymore. We barely have stereophile and the absolute sound on the home side. So when we have a group of people, whether it's they're in the industry or they're in the press within the industry, that comes out and awards a product best in-car speaker system for 26-27, that's a big deal. It's all we got. But they've been doing this now for 30 years or something like that. They've been doing this a long time. And it's a very prestigious award. And I know, Ground Zero's won a number of them, and they've done well better.
Right.
Yeah. But this one is a little different in that it is literally a brand new product with not a whole lot of marketing behind it when you get right down to it. And it wins the in-car speaker award. That's pretty impressive. Considering how brand new it is. It's not older technology that has been refined and made better. No, it's not. This is some brand spanking new.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun that we talk about brand new like that, because if we're tying the last 12 months in together, like a lot of things have happened, but we got back from Emma, right?
Yeah.
Well, we went to Emma, the Euro finals, heard the reference for the first time, and I think we all kind of went, "Oh, I get it. I get why this is important. I understand it." Hearing it in a car for the first time, right? You had some experience because you stole some prototypes out of my hands and said, "I'm never getting them back." But to be able to sit down and hear that in a two-way on a simple system and go, "Hey, this is really what it's all about. I get it now." So
yeah,
taking a group of us car audio idiots to Emma was I think I don't want to. It's not life changing, right? It's not. But
No,
it's
no.
industry eye opening, and I think that's one of the things that I like about it is like you said, when we talk about reference, it's not a whole lot of marketing behind it. New product launch, cool. This is what we did. We changed a couple of things. Being able to see it in the real world, in its environment, at Emma, watching people's reactions in an entirely different mindset of car audio than what we're used to, I think was also fun and exciting, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that.
You know, watching a dealer that I've known for a long time, you know, I'll name drop him, watching Chris walk around
Hmm.
going, "This is rad." Just the look on his face. It was like a 12-year-old walking around, you know,
Yep.
just I don't know what to look at. Was really cool. And for me, it's the experience thing, right? It's rolling it all into one. Um, it's a lifestyle for all of us.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
And being able to see, you know, new products, our industry friends, our, you know, everything like that just all kind of rolled into one location. Seeing a new product theoretically launch, you know, these kind of things
Mhm.
is just wicked fun. But talk to me about, like, real quick in a nutshell, Emma for you.
Hmm.
What was it for you? Not just, you know, hearing the reference in a car, or, you know,
No.
sitting down with Stefan and going through the all access training. What was the thing for you, or what were the things for you about Emma?
It was an eye-opening experience in that I saw something that I hadn't seen in 30 years, which was the car audio industry in Europe coming together to support a common goal. And we used to do that in this country in the 90s with IASCA and have basically what they have now in EMA in Europe. And we lost it. And I don't understand how we lost it, honest to gosh. But the Europeans and the Asians, for that matter, the people in Asia, it's enlightening in that they literally are leading the car audio world. It's not the United States anymore,
Right.
not by any stretch of the imagination, are we? They're pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
There are so many different manufacturers that were at Emma that I've never heard of, and go and look at what they're building and what their products are and what their target markets are. And it's astonishing to me that I am seeing this level of product being produced and we don't have it here.
Right.
It, really? The largest economy in the world, and we don't have it here. And it's not to say that, the product you and I work with every day, yeah, it belongs there. Absolutely. It's at the top of the list. No question about it. But there's a lot of other product out there that's really freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even here.
Right.
And it bothers me, in that it's not. But it was also enlightening in that I saw 400 cars there that were amazing. There was not an install that I saw that I didn't go, yeah, that's boring. No, there wasn't.
Trust me, I know there were some that made you go, "What? Really?"
Yeah, there
But
was a
that's the whole
couple that
point,
I was
right?
just like, you've got to be kidding me. You really went there. And that's what we used to say in the 90s. You really went there.
Yeah.
They're doing it today in Europe and they're doing it today in Asia. And it kind of lit a fire in me to go, well, why in the hell don't we?
Right.
It hasn't changed in the grand scheme of things. I mean, music is still important to a lot of us. But what happened? The party atmosphere there and the camaraderie amongst all the European nations that were represented there. It was amazing. That was fantastic. I mean, And what got me was our friend Fred Lynch, who was judging and works for Art. I've known Fred for 30 years. And Fred is telling me about watching a Ukrainian judge with Emma judge with a Russian judge in Emma. And these two countries are literally at war with each other. And these two guys are laughing and carrying on and getting along with each other. And I'm like, really? You've got to be kidding me. But no, it showed me how powerful music still is.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me hope that we can build it again here in the United States. That's what I took from Emma Finals, really and truly.
No,
Is it gave me hope.
And that's one of the biggest things, I mean, we've being able to take a step back and look at the fact that we're all in the same industry. Doesn't matter what country you're from, what continent you're from. We're all doing the same thing. We're doing it differently, but we're all doing the same thing. And if we're having fun, they're having fun. If everybody's having fun, that's what we're here for. Yeah. Now, you had said something about being in the industry for a long time. Ground Zero has been in the industry a long time. I have not been in the industry as long as you, but you could also be my dad, so there's that. But I want to talk to you about a certain time frame that just recently happened.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but have you not been with Ground Zero for like a year as of the airing, roughly, of this episode of the podcast?
I believe it would be on the 24th of August. Yes, sir.
And for me, that excites me because you had said it a minute ago that there's a fire under your ass again. Not only because of Emma, you and I have had this conversation for a long time that it's, especially as of the last 12 months, that it's like there's product again that you're excited about.
Oh yeah,
there's
absolutely.
People that you're excited. There's engineers. There's, you still have all of the friends in the industry that you've always had. But talk to me, if you would, about the last 12 months of your career, and just in a nutshell.
It's been refreshing. Not only, in letting me teach what I need to teach, which that was a big part of this, but also it allows me to enjoy 12 volt again. Mm-hmm. That has been the big part of it, because it was a job for a while. At the end of where I used to work, it was just a job. And I wasn't passionate about it as I was in the past. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's just simple fact that, everybody gets stale at what they do over a period of time, but I've never had that kind of problem when it came to music. Mm-hmm. Ever since I was a kid, and I mean 7, 8, 9 years of age, music has been a huge part of my life, and it still is. But it was getting to the point before I came in that it was not that driving force in what I was pushing. Mm-hmm. With getting here and coming and working with all of you at Ground Zero HKI, I don't mind telling you, it reinvigorated me to a point to where I look forward to going to work. And that's something I missed for a long time.
And and trust me when I say, to you guys watching, we're not throwing shade by any means. Mm-mm. There's not a single person at any previous employers of either of us that we wouldn't go to dinner with, laugh about, talk stories, laugh, have a great time.
No, they're all great friends of mine. I have tremendous respect for all of them. I owe the owner of that company a hell of a lot. You're going to make me freaking cry damn near. But there comes a point in time when, either it's time to fish or cut bait.
Right.
And I got to the point where it was time to cut bait.
Yep. And, the products of your previous employer, we both have, long-standing histories with. It's not about the products. It's not about
No,
the company. It's not
no.
about anything. I think it was just for you that it needed to it needed to
It,
change. The industry is evolving. Everything's evolving.
yeah, it is. And, you have to evolve with it.
Yeah.
And the direction that we have got to take car audio today, honest to gosh, and you and I know this, there are going to be a number of people who are not going to want to do this. They're going to go kicking and screaming, or they're going to have to get out of this.
Yep.
The industry's matured. I mean, literally, it has matured, and it has to reinvent itself, almost to the point of changing the way we do things.
And that's something that we've talked about in past episodes, right? Who is the clientele now? What are we chasing? Who do we have to appeal to? Yes, we still have to keep alive this love of music for the younger generation.
Absolutely.
For us to be able to do that, we can't rely on the younger generation.
No.
So yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of fun things that, like I said, the conversations we've had over the last 12 episodes of this that you've been part of, and over the last 12 months of working with you again, where, watching you help us put together a booth, and then we go have a steak and they put down, what was it? Where were we? And they put down a 28 ounce porterhouse or something in front of you. And all I hear is, who ordered this? And we're all, you did. Like, it's about having fun again. And, and I'm glad I get to see you be able to do that still, to this day.
It makes me look forward to basically getting out of bed every morning. And when you can do this, there's an old saying that if your work is your hobby, you never work a day in your life. And that's what this is. It's my hobby. I just get a chance to help people within the hobby and help them flourish.
Helping people in the hobby is one of the topics I want to talk about when we come back from the break, because the past 12 months, we've done some cool things.
Oh, yeah.
In the US. And I want to talk about those. So hang out with me a little bit longer, and let's swap some stories. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back. So I alluded to it before, but we've been doing now, I think, a little bit more as a company structure, your actual hobby. And I think when I say your actual hobby, this is one of the things that I've known about Nick Wingate for a long time.
And we're not fishing. I'm sorry.
And we're not cooking gumbo.
No, we're not cooking either.
But we're talking about competition. From the SQ side. This is a side of you that I knew before I knew you. So thinking back to the days on Dyma, where this random guy with a Mitsubishi handle would come on and talk about random over-the-top car audio things from a competition perspective. That's the Nick Wingate I knew before I ever worked with you.
Yeah.
And so I know that competition is in your blood and has for a long time, not just out of necessity, but like I said, hobby.
Yeah.
So you've gotten us involved in the SQ competition side of the industry a lot lately. And a lot of that culminated kind of at Heatwave this year, where we took, some cars were there representing our gear. We were there representing us.
Yeah.
And they did pretty well. We talked about it before, but talk to me about why being out there at a Heatwave event or at an SQ competition is important, and why have you wanted us to get more involved in that?
Well, number one, this is where the elite audiophiles of car audio exist. They are the ones who are going to push the envelope. They're the ones who, let's face it, the vast majority of them, they have a burning passion to win. And by when, I mean, they are going to want to find the absolute best, whatever the heck it is, that they can put in their car that's going to help them obtain the goal of winning whatever it may be. And in order to prove product at the level that we have product at, there's only one place to do it.
Right.
And it's in this, and it's this side of the industry. Now, granted, these are the guys, and I should say, ladies and gentlemen, who don't care. They don't care what they have to do. They'll cut the car up. They'll tear it apart. They'll rebuild it. They'll build a new dash. They will do whatever it takes in order for them to win. And as we've already talked about on a recent podcast, the install is half of the battle.
Right.
But it's not the install is going to be the part of the battle when it comes to this, because the installs are there. And then it comes down to equipment.
Right.
And that's where we as Ground Zero USA, we have an opportunity to where we can turn heads within the SQ community, car audio community. And people are going to start to recognize that, hey, this is not an SPL company, which most of them think we were and are. This is different. And that's the mindset that, when I came on board, you and I both, we said this, we have to change the mindset and the narrative. Well, this is part of it. And doing what we did at Heatwave certainly did that.
Well, and the cool thing I thought about Heatwave was, Andy took some bikes. We took some SQ cars. We took a daily driver truck and competed with it.
Yep.
We covered a lot of the bases that Ground Zero covers and did it at Heatwave. So not only is it the SQ side, which is your hobby side, but then it was the other segments of the industry some of the other segments. I mean, we didn't have SPL there, but we definitely had the ability to show that we're not screwing around. And I am curious, do you think that message got passed because of what happened at Heatwave, where we placed, what the classes were, who we beat, who we, I don't know, barely lost to, who we lost? Like, did we come out and make a statement? Or have we been, over the past?
I think that was part of the overall statement for the last, 11 months. Certainly, I think we put the SQ community on notice.
Okay.
Because I've had a number of people within the SQ community, competing competition community, reach out to me and go, how much are ultras? How much are reference? What do I have to do to get my hands on? Right. And I've heard that from 4 different people now who were at that show, who literally lost to a car that was built in 2 weeks.
Right.
And they have had their builds done for years.
I still love every time you say that. So
it's true.
Not only is it that we're doing this, right, and making people aware. I don't want to say it any way other than, wow, okay, where'd they come from? Well, we've been around. We're not new.
No.
But
no.
I think part of the thing too is with you being part of this and jumping into some of the other online situations that we've been part of, and I've forced you to do because I don't want to do it anymore. Training became like, this is what there's Nick the competitor, and there's Nick the trainer, and there's and the training. And there's the stories, and there's the experience, and there's everything that goes along with this half of Nick. Why is that not as important, but also equally as important as the other half of Nick? Because again, you've been here a year. We've started one thing, we've started another thing, but why does this Nick matter to Ground Zero?
Well, in a nutshell, I think it comes down to this: getting the word out about the brand and what the brand could do to elevate your business and your profitability is paramount for the success of what we're attempting to do.
Okay.
And as much as the podcast that we're doing right now and everything else that we're doing on social media is essential, and it is, there is still no substitute for being in person and speaking to people and answering questions and having them look me in the eye and ask themselves, is this man telling me the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't transfer my passion for what we do here on this video. I mean, I'd love for it to, but in a one-on-one situation, or if I'm in a classroom with a group of people, I have a better chance of doing that.
Yeah. Well, and I think bringing you to the table is, we're finally getting to salt and pepper the dish. And I've used the analogy before. You can't make a good soup with bad ingredients. You
No,
can't do it with improper ratios. You can't do it
no,
with lack of knowledge. You've got to from start to finish. And then there's the salt and pepper at the very end.
Mhm.
That's the last minute seasoning of what it needs to tie it all together.
Yeah,
When Andy did the first pop up, to seeing the trade show thought process evolve for us and bringing phenomenal cars, and then watching the team evolve the way that it did. I mean, we've got some very experienced guys in the industry that
absolutely.
I think every single one of them was excited when we had the opportunity to unveil you, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then being able to pass your knowledge along to these guys, even the super experienced ones, and the younger crowd that we've got. I think, to me, that's the advantage of having, both of you be able to show up. And I know that this turned into kind of an ego stroke, but it goes to show that what Ground Zero in the US is doing is evolving. And you mentioned it before, that the industry is evolving, the customers are evolving.
Mm.
How do we as a manufacturer evolve, and what are we willing to do? And I think, building a team to help support a phenomenal product line is how you do that. And
Oh, it is.
you were, the icing on the cake, the whatever, because it brought the team together. And
Okay.
over the last 12 months, we've seen that, and I appreciate that. And I think our entire team appreciates that, being able to say that. So yes, 12 months with the company, much appreciated.
Oh, no. No. I thank you and Diogo and Tommy. I mean, this has been an enjoyable 12 months. I mean, thank y'all, because my wife is going to throw my ass out on the street. She was getting tired of me being the grouchy old you know what.
Well, I mean, you're still kind of grouchy, but that's what we love about you.
I'm not like I used to be. Trust me. I'm a way happier person now than I used to be.
Well,
And I got all of you to thank for it, and I truly do appreciate it.
we do what we can, and I want to thank you for helping, being a part of this, and steering us, me specifically, in the right direction on certain things, and helping our team be able to do what we want to do. So yeah, I mean, between competition and getting us out there, and helping light a fire under some of our asses that we forgot existed. I think a lot of that does come down to you joining the team, and reminding some of us, hey, this is what's going on, and this is why we should do it. So, I thank you for that. I thank you for joining me on these last several mini episodes of this nonsensory podcast about absolutely nothing.
I enjoyed doing these. I really did.
That's good, because I love stirring the pot, and I know you do too. And
we can do that.
we've got many more months of this, planned out for you. So I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you joining me on these. I appreciate you helping me understand, summing up the last 12 months of not only you, but what we've helped manage to accomplish, where we've gone, where, things like that. And I'm going to see you in episodes upcoming. So
Okay.
you don't have a choice, man. You don't.
I know. That's okay. I appreciate it,
thank you.
brother.
And I will chat with you later, Nick. And
Yes, sir.
we will be right back. There you have it. Kind of a season wrap up, but also having a heart-to-heart conversation with one of my closest, one of my closest friends. So it's nice to be able to work with a team that I feel has the camaraderie and the love of the industry and everything the way that we do. And you saw it. I mean, you saw Nick throughout this podcast talk about basically the way we all feel. We've all come to this company from other companies. We've all had to step out of our comfort zone and do something different. And hell, you're seeing me on YouTube. So yeah, talk about comfort zone issues. So I want to thank every one of you for being part of this journey with us over the last 12 episodes. And we want to talk about the 12 coming. So in season 2, so to speak, we want to mix things up. We want to hear from you guys, the watchers and the listeners and the viewers on what you would like to see us cover or something along those lines. The big advantage, we're not super corporate. We take recommendations. So if there's something that you want answered or something that you want or feel that we should be doing, leave comments below, reach out to us somehow. Let us know, hey, in the podcast or, in an episode of something, can you cover this? Or I have questions about XYZ. Can you take some time to answer them? And absolutely we can. So we'd love to hear from you guys you guys and gals to be able to help us answer questions for you. So yeah, we are going to be working on the next 12 coming up. So help us out. Let us know if there's anything special. And we're really kind of looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. But until then, subscribe on all the social media things at groundzerousa.com. And until the next one, y'all have a good one.